Hey guys, John Sullivan, Coast to Coast Properties here again. I actually am going to show you real quick again how to use the Skype call log information. We're in Skype Manager still, same thing it was before. You can see April 16th. I'm going to go ahead and grab this number right here just because he made this call. But you can download this into Excel to make this a little bit easier, which I've done over here. It comes out in a format looking like this. Makes it real easy. Date, call, the number of the call, the costs, some download in the minutes, and some other information. The idea here is we really want to be looking back at the seller lead sheet. Now there's two things on the seller lead sheet. As new calls come in, you can check those numbers against these numbers here, and normally what I do is I just highlight the column I'm looking for. I would do a find select, do a find, I would paste in the number that I was looking for, which this could be it anyways, paste it in, and then I go ahead and hit find next. Now it's probably not going to find it here because it's not a new call, so anything that's new, that has new voicemails coming in on a daily basis, you can go in here and just spot check that these calls are actually getting made. Every call that comes in through the voicemail or through the voicemail system and is left should be a number on this call tracker. At some point you should find it on this call tracker. Now it could be on a previous month, other things like that. Now this one, this number actually exists under what we call the offer table, which is something else I give the VA to make him make offers on properties. So if I did find next here, it still says it can't find it. And that's for some reason because there's a 1 in front of it. That's what it is. So it probably would have found it on the last table too, but let's go ahead and do this and you'll see, boom, it comes up right there. It is actually is right underneath it again also, but I can verify that this call was made. Now I can also, looking at that call log, I can see how long, the duration was 5 minutes, so he had a decent conversation with her. There should also be a recording of this conversation, and it should be dropped into FreedomSoft. So again, this is a tool. We use Skype Manager right here to pull down the call log, and we get a Excel dropout like this. On a monthly basis, we will pivot this, and we'll see exactly how many calls were made on what day, and we can match that against his end of shift report at any point in time to say how many he made. Which should give you a fairly good idea of what's going on. The idea here isn't to track every one of these calls, it's to make sure that he is doing it himself and you don't need to do it anymore. Managing the whole system. Now, in order to make sure that's taken place, we're going to do a drop down or a pull out of Skype Manager and Excel here. We're going to match it to calls that come through the voicemail system, right? So they'll come into voicemail and they actually say, I probably got one, I don't think I have one, never mind. They'll come into voicemail anyways and they will say, you have a new voicemail, and it'll tell you the duration. You can actually listen to it right in your voicemail. Now Gil, or the VA in this case, would listen to that voicemail and then take down the information and call them back. So again, you should see that number coming up here, and you should also see it in the call tracker in this column here. So every call that's made should have a log of that. There are some color coding system here, meaning the red is something that came back into his call through Skype. Call came in through Skype. His yellows are things he needs to follow up on, and some other colors in here I'm not really sure about all of them. Blue is something else. So again, this is his system, but the idea is that a call came into voicemail, you're tracking it through the tracker, you spot check it and make sure that he's making these calls and everything's getting taken care of. And the other thing you could look it back up on is some sort of offer table or anything else you give him against to see which kind of phone calls he made. Now this is a difference of, are they follow-up calls, are they new calls, it kind of gives you a breakdown of that kind of information. Not that you need that, but just for your own manager understanding of what's going on. And that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll have some more.